Will this be it, ladies and gentlemen? Will the King Slayers once again find a victory from the Kings? The last time gone, that beckons. Match point, ladies and gentlemen.
Whoa.
One more opportunity for RRQ to win it. It looks like they mean business.
Straight dive in the bottom lane, and Clay picks up first blood. Beloyski as well with a flicker earlier, but look at Skylar. Straight to that turret he goes. Getting a few hits onto that turret shield, and even making Chidera miss that Cannon, and is actually gonna go on to Beloyski as well. This might be a kill with a Lycan Pounce. No flicker on Beloy. Skylar is online in game 2.
Miracles happen, ladies and gentlemen, right? And that's the entire winning condition that RRQ need with this composition that they brought in game number 3. They need Skylar to snowball, and already with a 101 KDA, this is a very good start against an Atan that needs time to scale.
This is an Atan against a Chip, against a Roger, with a Bargain Hunter and a Thrill. This man is going kind of greedy in the emblem choice. He might be forced to pay for it because Vin is just relentless.
Diving into the turret though is definitely something that is a bit off-putting, especially considering the turtle is about to spawn. He's not level 4 yet, so he won't be able to utilize that shortcut.
I have to wait to look at the positioning here, especially in the EXP lane. You do wonder how this matchup is going to play around, because Dawn against Luke, like in the prolonged trades, I think it still favors the Youth Song until a bit later on. With a few more items, I think the Esmeralda can be tanky enough. But Vin on the Chip here, 1v2ing all day. He might have bitten off more than he can chew though.
No flicker on Vin. He's still looking to go for the wave. Pops in the shortcut, a desperate attempt, but now Death is welcome. Onto the Esmeralda, and Appraiser's Wrath as well, combining with the Retribution. Rat picks it up. Meanwhile, Clay gets solo killed up top by Luke. An absolute punish. And it takes this shortcut, flies around to the mid lane. Vin chasing him down, doesn't have the shortcut anymore. He used it earlier in the mid lane, so Luke just goes in with a furious dive onto him. Gets some damage, but Vin's doing a good job at delaying Luke's recall to give Dawn a bit more pressure to play with up top.
Did you see how low Luke was? He was like a sliver of health, and he was still able to outplay that situation. Mind you, Esmeralda was being babysitted by Clay in the top lane to give Esmeralda a better time in the neutral objective contest. But even in that 2-1, despite Luke being caught solo, he was still able to clear and was still able to go for the solo kill on Clay. That is power, ladies and gentlemen. And look at this on Skylar. He gets punished.
Aggressive entropy into a circling eagle. Chidera nowhere near to go and follow up. Beloyski engaged on, but he actually is able to flicker out safely.
A risky situation here in the gold lane. Oh, Vin!
Oh, he's not even going to be able to pop in the shortcut right into Detona. You go. Spat out and taken down by a boy.
Geek fam says, enough, bro. You've been disturbing us for the past 3 minutes. Now, though, with that kind of outcome, see RRQ, the first few early levels at least. Oh, look at this play.
Lycan Pounce follows through. He pops into Purify to get rid of the knockup and the taunt. Well played by Chidera.
Okay, let's slow things down a little bit, right? What is the winning condition for Geek right now?
For Geek, they gotta slow it down and make sure they scale up, and they don't have lanes that are just snowballing out of control, and eventually they can get Chidera the space and the safety that he requires to just completely shred through the front line, go for those objectives. For RRQ, it's almost like the opposite. They gotta try and get some snowballs going in. They've done a great job of getting Skylar ahead, of shutting Chidera down, but that's how this lane is supposed to go. So it's great, but they have to try and get some more to ensure that in the mid to late game, it doesn't become a 50-50, that it can be a guaranteed victory. Now with more time, they can go for a shortcut, but look at this play, the diversion already used.
Oh boy, two-man falling star moon has been. Rotates up top, wants to put the shortcut down. That's a furious dive into a petrify onto Clay by Luke. That is welcome as well. Clay will be forced to flicker out defensively now as Rad looks for some damage onto Ray, but has the guiding win. By Beloyski to escape. Shortcut placed down. Finn now with the punch forward. That's Skylar rotating with the Lycan form, trying to chase him down. Lycan pounds on the Beloyski, but he still has a shielding as Dawn tries to go and chase in the back as well. Meanwhile, Turtle Guard to the back. Meanwhile, it's Dawn as well, still chasing Ray and a boy. Good dispersion, good rotation, but now stunned up and shot down by a few of those Scarf attacks of the Esmeralda. An all-out win for RRQ in the bot lane. Skylar goes on to Chidera, tries to chase him down and flicker forward to a Purify. Used up by Chidera, but Skylar takes him out with the Lycan Pounce.
You said RRQ needed to look for more, and here they do. A kill from Skylar solo on Exit Chidera is just the cherry on top of an amazing team fight earlier on around the turtle, because mind you, Irad was a level below of Ray, but it didn't matter if he wasn't even there to begin with.
Circling Eagle into the death is welcome. Good disengage. Skylar with a Lycan form now jumping back. And Ray gets out. So does Skylar. Oh boy! Dispersion and the rotation into the guiding wind to get him out to safety in the bottom lane.
Wow. Great sequence of events here. RRQ finally just getting a bit more aggression in, but as you can see, Geek Fam always seem calm and calculated, like they're waiting for the next move. It might be on top here though.
Falling Star Moon used up already. Now it's Petrifying. The Furious Dive used up. As now he pops into Black Dragon form to escape. It's a shortcut. Is there two Skylers running him down, shooting him from the skies? Baluk gets out just in time. Meanwhile, in the mid lane, a trade happening. Geek Fam taking the turret tier 1 down.
And that's a big win, honestly, for Geek, right? If they want to have more presence on the map, the fact that they were trying to get a trade kill onto Luke, the fact that they were unable to get that, and the fact that Geek were able to get that mid-side turret, you can expect more tempo coming in from Geek to try and hinder the weathering storm that RRQ is brewing right now. And they're on to the next objective. That turret in the bottom lane falls.
It just seems like it's so reactive on RRQ, even when they're technically in control. They go for the play onto Luke after the Black Dragon form has been used, so he can just glide out of there. And decisive exchanges coming in from Geek Fam. Chidera, I believe, is still very close when it comes to gold with Skylar, so they really have to try and get some more value out of this big fight. Dawn has been able to do great, but can he keep going?
Chunking them down, circling Eagle. On to Finn, that's his welcome as Yo. Chidera now with Entropy, able to melt him down, falling. Star Moon locking the 3 members though, and the Brazers trapped by Irad. Not connecting, and RQ did not go for the turtle. They ended up resetting it to 1-0 right now. The Black Dragon form now used up by Lu to go and grab some space, but Ray doesn't have the death as welcome. Instantly engaged on Retribution battle, and it's Ray who wins it out. Falling Star Moon charged up, that's a 3-man. Falling Star Moon, make it 4, but Dawn cannot withstand that damage, and Geek Fam were able to just kite out to back away and to take the goal lead back into their hands.
That was such a clean take, was it not?
Oh.
What is Irad doing?
Going in is what he's doing, but now he gets dove on by Luke. The passive is taking it, and Irad gets traded out for Luke 1-for-1.
Just back and forth, changing blows, but you gotta feel like, for the most part, Geek Fam are still very much in control. There's gonna be play here, though.
Flanking diversion, but the Falling Star Moon was able to connect that to this welcome right onto Clay, spinning him out. Meanwhile, Skylar chasing the back line down with the Lycan Pounce, and Bullet Key is able to flick around, and now a boy is caught in the midst of it all. It's Dawn who catches him in the flanks, and Vin who's able to just zone Beloy and Ray away. Another Lycan Pounce and Circling Eagle will be used defensively, but look at Dawn with the Falling Star Moon, only to use it to reposition in Geek Fam's jungle. 1 level lead, a little bit for Ray. And he's still able to secure his purple buff here. They go straight to the mid lane to defend.
That was a 2-for-2 trade, Arashi. In that exchange, in the 8th minute of the game, who do you think it was worth it for?
If you have the better late game, the equal trades, if it's just a 2-for-2, in a way, on paper, it always values Geek Fam. But at the same time, chaotic games like this is where RRQ kind of thrive. But it really seems like right now, it's like Dawn. When Dawn can do really well in these fights, get big damage, zone away the backline, that's where RRQ really gets a victory. When they're just all scrambling together and Dawn is kind of just moving back and forth, not really with a real purpose. Geek Fam just seems to have the better options, the better choices here. And the fact that Clay went with the flicker right now is really just punishing him so hard, because anyone that just jumps to the back, especially Luke, if he comes in on Clay with the Black Dragon form, he's almost forced to use it and still lose out on a bulk of his HP. Like RRQ, the only real times they were able to get massive value is with the shortcut, and they have to try and make plays with that as well.
Vin, and it's a shortcut onto Ray, forcing the death to this welcome, but they're all calling the top point. Ray gets taken out, the Black Dragon form now used up defensively.
Dawn.
Meanwhile, a boy gonna be ran down by Dawn, but look at him now, he's gonna be caught, baited in right into the midst of it all. First blast, putting him down in the back, but it's Dawn for Ray to trade as of right now. Skylar chasing him down, but the guiding wind gets Poloski enough of that shield to escape. Holy Crystal ball in, Irad with a taunt, and the Fraser's wrath. Luke gonna be taken down, but he goes in for the Furious Dive and the Petrify, but Skylar is able to somehow get out of it again. Lycan Pounce onto the Lord. Geek Fam looking for a fight right now, but they don't have a jump. Irad still with a red tree. Geek Fam, no jungler, no Lord.
They tried to go for the steal with Chidera, but unfortunately it didn't work out for them. And now RRQ hold all the cards. Meanwhile, Geek forced to go on the defense. This is a 2,000 gold lead from RRQ. Is this the beginning of the end of Geek?
It's still very early on right here, and Geek, by all means, they are behind, but it's a 2k gold lead against a composition that has so much aggression, against an Atan, mind you. Especially once RRQ can push Geek towards the base, they still have to deal with the problem cracking open the base, and generally, so far, against Geek Fam, that has been difficult, but look at Don.
A sandwich maneuver with a falling Star Moon, able to catch Chidera. No Purify, they dive straight onto him, but look at the guiding wind from Beloy. Finn cutting him off, putting the shortcut down to teleport now. They all try to go and dive in all the way, but no one's taking a portal. Finn is isolated in between the turrets. Ray's able to fend off from the rest of them, and now Irad goes over the Razor's Wrap, but is caught isolated, certainly eager to knock him up into the Furious Tide, and into the chase down. Ray gets rid of Irad.
That was so unfortunate, right? It looked like such a great sandwich play maneuver by Vin, as well as the other members of RRQ to take Chidera down. But in the end, what was it? Was it a lack of communication? Was it a lack of synergy? What was the hesitation, commitment in that portal there?
It has to be a lack of communication. It seems like RRQ, they were gonna go for the turret, the dive, everything at the same time. And like I said, it seems like the play is being called as it's being made, not before. And that just leaves so much room for error, even though earlier, RRQ had waves to play around. They just lost so much value at that one fell swoop, but Vin, can he make something happen here?
Doesn't put the shortcut, he hesitated there. Bit of a miscall perhaps from RRQ as they wanted to go, but also they didn't. Dawn Chain CC forced to use the Purify out. The Eternal Guard actually catches Chidera, but there's no one there to follow it up. Meanwhile, on the back line, look at the damage to follow up. Skylar with the Lycan Pounce able to chase down all the way to the back line where Chidera will fall. Meanwhile, Geek chasing, kiting, sustaining. Luke finds the portal. He gets portal back in towards the top side and actually saves Skylar. A boy doing the same thing with a diversion, able to get out just in time towards the base, but Beloyski has been left for dead. Now it's Luke. One dragon against 4 members for the Kingdom Soldiers. Luke will take it.
What in the world was that interaction? Skylar nearly gets taken out, but unfortunately for Luke, he gets portaled in towards the top side, denying that pickoff, and it gave RRQ everything. 3 members taken down for Geek. The King Slayers, they're falling behind. I told you, right? Luck for the Kings. You never see it coming, but then it happens.
It's a portal, and now with the pressure, with Luke just now spawning, they're gonna go for the Lord. Dondo
into the back with a falling Storm, gets bursted down. Good disengage from Clay with the Eternal Guard and the choke point. RRQ got the Lord. They were able to disengage as well, but now Geek Fam are looking for more. They're trying to force a fight. And unfortunately, they cannot look for right now. RRQ too clean with it.
All right, finally, bit of a break. Like you mentioned, Eterna, though, there's just something about RRQ. Before the Lord was able to guarantee their victory, they're the portal, man. That was so confusing for a second. Like, wait, what happened? Where'd he go?
Yeah.
Was that a bug? But no, he just walked. He just grazed the portal. Once again, there was this momentum, but now RRQ, they have to try and play it slow, play with the waves here, right? Use this Lord to its maximum potential. They have the chip global presence. They have Vin already in position, and you can see that Dawn has been a big nuisance, and maybe now Chidera has enough damage to really shut him down, but it's still gonna take time, okay? So they have to try and slow it down. This is where they have to try and be patient.
They bet out the falling Star Moon, but yeah, Dawn, he's been key in these engages, man. He's gotten to a point where he can sustain through the damage coming through from Geek Fam. Entropy up top, that's a risky maneuver. Look at Vin, straight into the back line he goes, waiting for the Entropy to pop, and now goes in on the Chidera, but a guiding wind is there too. RRQ but baited in, corralled over to the King Slayers, and the Dragons will march down to the back with a Petrify onto Vin, and the Furious Tide defensively catching Vin, but not able to take him down just yet as the guiding wind grants them a little bit of that photo HP and shielding. Both teams disengaging, but Geek Fam dealing with the Lord.
It looks like Geek are already looking for ways to maneuver around the straightforward strategy that RRQ have time and time again utilized to success. We saw it kind of falter. RRQ are now aware of it. What is the next play that RRQ are going to do? Despite that though, Geek were unable to get a trade off. They were unable to get a pick onto RRQ. It was a beautiful cover from Vin as well in the backline to cover Skylar against the Black Dragon form coming in from Luke as well as the dive. So all in all, it looks like both of these teams, they're utilizing every single brain wave that they have.
All the waves.
All the waves.
Even the minion waves.
That's exactly what they need to be doing right here. But man, for Geek, they're really trying to make use of this double fake, right? The entropy into the guiding wind to make sure that RRQ, they have to try and use two ultimates or two skills to try and stop Chidera from being able to just slide out of those risky situations. For RRQ though, as long as they still have this gold advantage, this wave advantage, they can keep making plays for that Lord. And even if they don't really get Chidera, the fact that Chidera is zoned and has to spend so much time walking around trying to avoid the danger means that RRQ can shut down and really shred through Ray and Luke and the rest of the members that do get left behind. And mainly, with the Guiding Wind exclusively reserved for Chidera, Ray is the one that has been the main victim, the main hero that can be chased down and immediately taken out by RRQ. So that is something that now Geek Fam needs to try and solve. If RRQ jump towards them and go on Ray, what can they do? But look at his play!
A flicker by Beloyski. Not gonna work though. Vin! Straight up in the back with the flags touching Tadera! You can hear the kingdom erupt in the Jakarta International Velodrome as Beloyski escapes. They're running for the hills and Don is the one who escorts them back to their base.
It's fitting. It's fitting, but this time the Kings will be the escorts. Ladies and gentlemen, the Kings are coming back. They're showing, they're giving the Kingslayers a run for their money here. Already pushing into this mid-side match point. They don't want to go down without a fight.
A full dive in the back line as Beloyski tries to give him enough HP. Luke with the Petrify and the Furious dive, but only connects onto your Rad right now. So the dispersion and the rotation has been used up by a boy getting the shielding. Don running him down. Beloyski still able to save him just for a bit. Chidera respawns back and guns them down with entropy. Still a Terrify. Don buying the intervention just in time. Chidera not timing it right. Getting the shield. Vin coming back with the shortcut as well. But no one's there. Skylar walks back up. Has to respect the damage from Chidera as now he gets terrified again. Skylar has Lycan Pounce. Not able to find it. Skylar gets one last hit. It's a double kill. But the minion waves have been cleared. They're going for the desperate end. Don is taking it up. But they all might just die to the waves.
No way.
To the base as well. Still though, with a Lord in the bottom lane, RRQ will miraculously be able to stay in the series, in the playoffs.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to game number